Great. And with that, I'll hand it over to you, Dina.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Helen. Oh, that was one of your slides as well. Sorry. This is the Bodhi team's vision, which I'm very much on board with as well. And I'm actually going to talk about it as well a little bit later. So I guess we named tonight's talk the Naturopath Secrets for Glowing and Healthy Skin because I wanted to share my personal skin story and I guess why, as a naturopath, we like to look at the skin in a holistic way. So I guess I just wanted to share that I've been a naturopath for 12 years now, and I have seen naturopaths pretty much my whole life because I got psoriasis when I was 7 years old. So I've always seen holistic practitioners, and I've been taught from a young age. I was very lucky that my parents took me to see different naturopaths and different holistic therapists to try and help me deal with my psoriasis. And then it led me to want to study all about natural ways to treat psoriasis. And then in the process, I started seeing a lot of clients with eczema, with acne, with dermatitis. I'm trying to think, are there any kind of skin conditions? Like kids would come with molluscum, which are these little daycare it's a daycare skin condition that's highly contagious, and any overall skin things. I still have psoriasis, but I can control it, and I've learned a lot of ways, and I'm pretty much obsessed with learning different ways to create healthy skin and make sure that the body is functioning at its best. So that's a little bit of my personal story of how I got into being a naturopath, but it definitely fueled my passion for good skin and creating a healthy skin barrier. And there is something like a lot of people will say to me, you know, you do have very good skin. And I put it down to number one, genetics. My mum has very good skin. But number two, all of the processes that I've done and put into place over the years for my psoriasis in the hope that it would help that. It's actually in turn helped my overall skin so that would like to say I don't have skin issues anymore because I've been working for so long. So um, I guess the thing that I wanted to start off with is looking at natural versus conventional thought processes around skin health. And before I get into it, just my general health disclaimer: while I am a qualified naturopath, everything or anything that I say today is not individualized advice. It's just general in nature. And over the last, I would say, 10 to 15 years, naturopathic medicine has moved from being alternative medicine to complementary medicine. So we work alongside conventional practitioners so that we work together, not as an alternative, but as to complement what they are doing. But I did want to touch on the fact that naturopathic medicine will look at the skin holistically, and the belief is that what's showing on your skin is really a reflection of what's going on inside the body. So whatever kind of skin condition it is, there's something going on. There's some kind of dysfunction going on internally. And as a naturopath, it's my job to piece all the little pieces of the puzzle together to try to figure out what it is that is at the root cause of a certain skin condition to help treat the root cause so that your skin can glow and be healthy. I think when looking at conventional thought processes around skin health, what happens commonly is if you go and see your GP or a dermatologist, they will often give you a cream for something, and they'll look at a little bit of a band-aid approach as opposed to naturopathic medicine, which we look to address the root cause of what's going on. So a band-aid approach can work in the short term, but and for some people it does work long term, but it's not going to address the cause and the root. So naturopathically, I like to look at that, so that we're not just band-aiding what's going on, and we're actually addressing it so that your skin can glow and be healthy moving forward. So your skin really is a reflection of what's going on inside your body. It shows us that there's something that's not functioning properly internally. And I like to reframe skin conditions for clients, because I see a lot of women come into my clinic with acne, and it's often adult onset acne, and they can feel really anxious about it. They can feel depressed that their skin is showing these lesions that, you know, their friends don't have, and they come and they really are at their wits' ends, saying, you know, what can I do? Like, why me? And I like to reframe it for my clients and to tell them that when something comes up on your skin externally, it's actually a blessing, because it's showing us that there's some kind of imbalance internally, and we can address it internally. And so then your skin will glow and will be healthy, rather than something going on internally that you can't see externally that could potentially get worse and worse and worse before you actually pick it up. So the skin being a reflection of what's going on internally is a good thing, because we can see, okay, there's something not quite right there. Let's address that. And the naturopathic belief is that the body is really designed to heal itself. So as a naturopath, it's not my job to come in and heal you. It's my job to show you, to try to help you determine what the root cause is and help you heal. So reframing in two ways. Number one, feeling grateful that my skin is showing me something that is not quite right internally. And number two, believing and knowing that my body is designed to heal itself, and I know that I can heal from whatever it is that is going on. So what are the common causes of skin issues? I often will see eczema, psoriasis, acne, dermatitis. A lot of the time, it's poor gut health. So when I say poor gut health, it could be that you are really just not having regular bowel movements. So the ideal is that you're having at least once, if not twice a day, regular bowel movements. I did not put my stool chart on here, but there's a stool chart that you can look up that shows what a really good bowel movement looks like. And I guess if I can kind of give you a visual by telling you, you want it to be not too lumpy and not too loose. So you kind of want it to look like long worms, a little bit bigger, and they want to be easy. You want your bowel movements to be easy to pass. You don't want to be sitting there straining on the toilet, and you don't want it to be too easy to pass that you're not actually absorbing all the nutrients inside your body. So we want to make sure that everything that you're eating is getting properly absorbed. And one indication of that is when you have good bowel movements, that shows that we have good gut health. Another indication of poor gut health could be bloating, constipation, diarrhea, stomach pain constantly, not feeling like you can digest food, seeing food in the toilet after you've had a bowel movement as well. So all of these things could be contributing to poor gut health, which can contribute to a skin issue. So one of the secrets for glowing and healthy skin is to make sure that we have optimal digestion and really, really good gut health. And that's going to help with externally having really nice, beautiful skin. Another thing is less than optimal detoxification and elimination pathways. So we want to make sure that your liver and your kidneys are working effectively. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about how we test for that. But you want to make sure that they are at their optimal, so that all of your hormones, coming to the next point, hormonal imbalances can be a major cause of acne, for example. We want to make sure that your hormones every single month are balanced. We want to make sure that not just like your progesterone, your estrogen, your testosterone, all of these are really important hormones for our general health and well-being. We want to make sure they're all balanced, but we also want to make sure that our melatonin and our serotonin and all the beautiful hormones that are in our body that help us function effectively are balanced. And in order to do that, we want to make sure that our body is detoxing and eliminating properly, and all the pathways are working effectively. Another common cause of skin issues could be a food allergy or an intolerance. So there could be certain foods that you're eating that your body is not able to digest properly. And then what's happening is it's showing up in your skin. So common food allergies that could cause, let's go with psoriasis. A big one is dairy and gluten. Both of those are food allergens that could cause issues in your digestion, and therefore are disrupting your normal way of moving things through your body, causing more inflammation and coming out in your skin. For acne, dairy is a big one as well. Now, I'm not saying to go and cut out dairy, and I'm not saying to go and cut out gluten if you are having issues with your skin. But what I am saying is to be more aware of what you're eating, and to know that if there's certain foods that maybe you start to bloat afterwards, or maybe don't make you feel very good, that they could be something that you're not tolerating. And so it could be that you need to work a little bit on your elimination pathways and your gut health, so that you can tolerate them a little bit better, and then it's not coming out as a skin condition. And another common cause of skin issue is a disruption to circadian health cycle. So our circadian health rhythm works with melatonin and cortisol, and it has this really beautiful rise in the morning and then nice slow come down, so that after 12 p.m. so that we can already have our body start to prepare for our wind down routine and getting ready for bed, so that we can sleep really well and start again the next day. And commonly, I see that there are disruptions to our circadian cycle which end up causing skin issues. Now, it sounds strange, but I've seen people start to work on their circadian health, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this, but going outside, getting natural sunlight, moving away from screens, because we're constantly on our phones, on our computer screen, having this blue light in front of TVs. And I've seen people start to lower their blue light exposure and have skin conditions start to improve. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later, but it can be a common cause. So how do I know what's causing my skin issue? There are lots of different tests that we can do. So there are stool tests that we can do. There are blood tests that we can do as well. And what blood tests do, I touched on it earlier, is we look at hormonal health, and we want to make sure at certain times of the month that hormones are exactly where they need to be. So with a menstrual cycle, we want to make sure that we don't have too high estrogen, because what that can do is can cause issues with our eliminations, issues with our digestion, issues with our mood disturbances, and also issues with our skin. So working holistically is looking at blood test results like your hormones, having a look at things like your cholesterol, looking at all the different markers of your liver enzymes, looking at your iron as well. If you are iron deficient, then your your body's not able to produce enough collagen to help with skin healing. So looking, and as women, it's very common for women to be iron deficient because we have menstrual cycles every month. And even if you're not menstruating, it can be also common to be low in iron. So I recommend having regular blood tests every 6 to 12 months with your GP, getting everything tested and making sure that everything is within normal ranges, and sometimes within normal range really is a small range of what should be, so that we are making sure that your body is functioning effectively, because at the end of the day, there could be many, many, many different reasons for skin conditions to emerge. But if we work on your body functioning at its optimal, which is the naturopathic goal, then we can ensure that everything is working well and that your skin has the best environment to be glowing and healthy. So sometimes I'll use stool tests and sometimes hormonal tests as well to check certain things going on in the body. But definitely blood tests are a good place to start. If you've never had one done, it's a really great thing to go and get done from your GP. And yeah, just to make sure that everything is working well, so that we can determine the root cause of what it is that might be causing your skin to not glow and not be healthy. I did touch a little bit on different tests here, but I guess I wanted to share that as a naturopath, I treat every person as an individual. So I could come here and tell you, what one of my clients has found to be the cause of her particular skin issue, but it's definitely going to be different to the next person. And I like to say that just like every single person looks different externally, internally, we're all different as well. So every single person who steps into my clinic or who I see online is treated as an individual. And I like to go through a full history with everybody and to find out what could be a cause of skin issues. Like where did it stem from? And we look really from birth or even from in utero, all the way up to where they currently are now. I want to know things about, were they breastfed? Were you formula fed? What were your first foods that you were introduced to? Were there any foods that you did or didn't like as a child? Any major accidents, any major surgeries? All of these things can have effects on your skin. And I like to look at each person and treat them as an individual, looking at their blood test results, but also working on symptoms and figuring out from those symptoms and what people tell me, and working together with them to piece all the pieces of the puzzle together, so that the body can heal from any kind of skin condition. All right, what kind of nutrient deficiencies do we see when it comes to skin health? So this is where you might want to start taking notes, but I will share that I'm going to share a bit of a summary at the end of what it is that I like to encourage people to do. So there are certain foods and nutrients that can support skin health. My number one is protein. So I've got protein scoops there. And protein powder is not necessarily what I go for because it's not really a whole food. It's really easy to add into a diet if we're busy and we're on the go. But when I'm looking at protein, we're looking at the building block. Protein contains amino acids, which are the building blocks for everything that we need in our body. So protein is going to help your skin glow because it's going to provide the nutrients that your body needs to be able to function effectively. And I like to look at animal proteins. I know that there are a lot of people on plant-based diets, but I do believe that things like meat, chicken, good quality eggs are going to provide your body with the correct nutrients that you need to help your skin glow. Protein would definitely be the number one thing that I like to prescribe for clients. When it comes to nutrient deficiencies, I would say then one of the number one, I don't like to give number one because, you know, we all are individuals, but one of the, I guess, nutrient deficiencies that I see commonly is vitamin A, because it's necessary for collagen synthesis and epithelial cell differentiation. So I find that a lot of acne patients have lower vitamin A levels, and they've found that in studies as well when compared to healthy controls. So vitamin A is definitely a supplement that can be beneficial for skin health. Another one is zinc. So zinc is something that is beneficial for the whole body because it's involved in, I think it's over 300 enzyme reactions in the body. And zinc also regulates DNA and RNA polymerases, which therefore assists in cell replication and wound repair. It's also really important for repairing your lining of your gut. So zinc, I like to tell people foods that are high in zinc are things like oysters, beef, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, but also I tend to use zinc supplements because they are just so beneficial for the body in terms of skin healing, skin repair, wound healing, and gut healing. So it's definitely a big nutrient deficiency that I do see with clients who present with skin conditions. Vitamin C is another one, actually. So vitamin C, it's really important for skin barrier and collagen formation, and it's also an antioxidant. So another really nice nutrient that can be beneficial. You can take it as a supplement, but also foods that are high in vitamin C, things like kiwi fruit. We know oranges, lots of your orange and red fruits and vegetables, capsicum, all of those things really great to add into your diet. I'm going to talk a little bit more about diet in a second. And the other thing, I guess it's not a nutrient deficiency, but I've got my herbal remedies on the right there because I'm a big herbalist. I use liquid herbs, as you can see in that picture, and that liquid herbs are just amazing at balancing the whole body. So they can work. I like to mix up my own herbs in clinic because I can work with 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 10 different herbs for the one person, and I can individualize herbs. As an example, let's just give one of my favorite herbs is chamomile. So chamomile, you might know it as a nice relaxing tea, but it's also an antiviral. So if there is some kind of viral reason that there is a skin condition, which can be the case for certain skin things, especially for kids, drinking chamomile tea can help with that, but also using chamomile tea externally. So creating a bath and putting chamomile literally like tea bags in the bath can be a really nice soothing way to treat your skin externally, but also your body will absorb it through your skin. I forgot to mention that, but I'm coming to it soon, that your body does absorb a lot of things externally. So we want to make sure that what we're putting on, and something like your chamomile tea in the bath is going to help because you're going to be absorbing that directly. One of my favorite herbs. Where are we? So another naturopathic treatment is diet. That's a big one when it comes to skin health. And just looking at consuming a whole food diet. So I touched briefly on protein. We want to make sure that we're eating a really decent amount of protein for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner, especially for women and especially for skin. So what protein does is it helps to stabilize our blood sugar levels, especially after we wake up on a morning. So it's really good to start your day with protein. It signals to your body that you're okay, you're healthy, and you can function well, and you can have glowing skin because it's providing the nutrients that your body needs. blueberries are on there because they are one of my favorite foods to use as food as medicine. So eating berries that have the blue, so anthocyanins is the color that you're going to get from blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, strawberries. They all contain antioxidants. They're all really, really amazing for your health because they're also high in fiber. So they're low in sugar and they're high in fiber. And when it comes to glowing skin, we want to make sure that we're eating enough fiber throughout the day. Fiber is what helps us go to the toilet. It's what helps move hormones through our body. It's what helps with detoxification and elimination pathways. And we want to aim for women, I think it's off the top of my head about 28 grams of fiber a day. For men, it's a little bit higher than that. And an easy way to add more fibrous foods into your day is to have more fruit and vegetables. And berries are particularly high in fiber. Raspberries are actually one of the highest in fiber. So I tell a lot of clients, if they're looking to increase their fiber, which most people are, add raspberries in. It's such an easy way to eat more fiber, and it's a nice way as well. Kiwi fruit is another one, really great. We talked about it, vitamin C, but it's also really high in fiber. So eating it with the skin on can be really great for treating constipation. And if you've got any kind of skin issue, then it's likely that there's some kind of constipation there. So eating 2 kiwi fruit a day with the skin on can be a great cure for constipation. I've got chia seeds in the middle here. So chia seeds, I just like to say we need to soak them before we eat them because otherwise they do get stuck in the intestine. So you want to make sure that you're soaking them, but they also contain essential fatty acids and a little bit of protein, not a lot, but a little bit of protein. So it's a really nice plant-based way to get more fiber, a little bit of protein, essential fatty acids into your body. And all of those are going to help support your skin. And then on the end, I've got my fruit and well, mainly vegetables, a little bit of fruit there, but pretty much because when I'm talking to clients about creating healthy, glowing skin, we talk about eating a color of the rainbow. So eating as many different colored foods as you can, but natural, whole, healthy foods. So trying to get 28 grams of fiber, which is probably around 4 to 6 cups of vegetables and fruit throughout the day, and making sure that there are lots of different colors so that we can feed the gut microbiome and make sure that there's diversity. So lots of different types and different colors to help maintain a healthy gut, maintain good skin because you're eating well and everything is functioning effectively. Was that everything there? Yes, I think so. Natural skincare products. So I did touch on this briefly, but our skin is one of the major organs in our body. So anything that we put on it externally, we're going to be absorbing it internally. So we want to make sure that whatever we're applying to our face, to our arms, everywhere in our body is natural. There's a concept that you want to use something that you could eat, because if you don't really want to put something on your skin that you wouldn't put inside your body, because our skin is so absorbent. So making sure that whatever we're using, whether it is hand sanitizer, hand wash as well. I've had clients who work in hospitals, and I know that the hand wash and the hand sanitizer, there has to be the highest grade because we don't want all those bugs. But repeated exposure to that can cause contact dermatitis. So if that is the case for you, coming home at night and making sure that you're putting a really nice natural skin barrier cream on top of your hands to help protect from that. But any of your products that you're using, you really want to make sure that they don't contain anything artificial. And there's so many amazing natural skincare products out there. There's amazing companies doing amazing things. Sometimes I'll make my own skin cream as well in my clinic, depending what's going on. I'll use liquid herbs and add it to a cream and blend it up. It's very therapeutic for specific things, whether that's molluscum or eczema, psoriasis as well, dermatitis. But otherwise, honestly, there are so many amazing products you can get from the chemist that are all natural. And I would really be focusing on natural skincare products. And while we're here, I'm going to also talk about makeup, making sure that everything that you put on your body, so makeup as well, is natural. Again, there are amazing brands that you can find that are really beneficial, really work well. Natural doesn't mean that they don't work. I know that, there are a lot of chemical-based things that are effective, but we want to just know that our skin is absorbing everything. And so the more aware we are of that, the more we can make sure that whatever we're putting on our skin is natural and is going to help us have glowing, healthy skin and not create more toxins and more stress for our bodies. Now, I guess this is the last one that a lot of people don't really factor in when it comes to skin health. But as a naturopath, I am always looking at lifestyle factors. So that includes your stress, sleep, and exercise. So when it comes to stress, any external stresses and internal stress as well can throw off our HPA axis, which is the axis that helps control all of our hormones and helps keep us healthy and helps support our nervous system. So as many stress reducing techniques as possible that you can do, at least one a day, right? Whether it's yoga, Tai Chi, meditation, doing things that you really enjoy, going for a walk, reading a book, doing something that is not stressful, so is not looking at a screen. So watching a movie is stress reducing, but it's also has the blue light there. So doing things that are away from a screen help your nervous system to be supported and to I guess have a bit of time out is really going to be beneficial for your skin. And when it comes to sleep, making sure that you are getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, trying to get into bed before midnight, because the hours before midnight are really important for your health. If you want to look up the Chinese medicine body clock, it's always fascinating. If you're someone who wakes up at a certain time in the night, it's always fascinating to have a look. If you just Google TCM body clock, it'll tell you certain times of the night your body is working, specific body organs are working. And so if you're waking up at certain times, it could be that you need more support in those organs. But also sleep is just the best time for your body to rejuvenate and to catch up on everything from the day. So whatever you're eating, your whole foods, any supplements that you're taking, sleep is the time that your body utilizes it, and it's also the time for repair and recovery. So one of the secrets for glowing, healthy skin is to make sure that you're getting a really good night's sleep. And exercise. I'm also a personal trainer, so I'm never going to not talk about exercise, but exercise in a way that is not depleting. So making sure that you're exercising. I'm always going to be talking about doing weights, because I believe for women especially, weight training is the key to longevity and muscle building. So making sure that you're exercising daily. Daily movement is going to keep your bowels moving, keep them regular. We don't want to over-exercise. We don't want to go crazy, because that can in turn cause other issues with our hormones. But we want to make sure that we're doing weight training, that we have some recovery in there as well, and that we're doing 150 minutes per week of cardio exercise and weights as well, a few times a week. That is really going to help make sure everything's functioning effectively and also help you have glowing skin. Okay. So I don't want to leave you thinking, there's so much that I've talked about tonight, but I kind of want to give you, I guess, something that you can do right now so that you can start to get glowing skin from within. As a naturopath, I work with people individually and I go through history and make sure that I'm trying to find out the root cause of what's going on. I work in my clinic in Bellevue Hill and also online. So if you have a certain skin condition and you want to get to the root cause of it, that is something that I do in my clinic. But I also want to share tonight my, I guess, top 8 things that will really help you get glowing skin from within. And they're all holistic. And I guess my number one is, I'm going to start with how I want you to start the day. So hopefully it's been, after a good night's sleep, but I want you to wake up and go outside straight away, first thing in the morning. When we expose our skin outside to the light, before sunrise. So it depends, if you're an early riser or not. But I only learned this recently. Going outside, it does start to get light before the sun rises. And there's amazing benefits of the light that you can get from being outside at that time. What it can do is it actually primes your skin to be safe to go out into the sun later in the day so that you don't get sunburnt later in the day. There's a few other things as well that go alongside it, but one of the best ways to start your day is to wake up when it gets light outside and to go outside before you look at your phone, before you look at any kind of blue light on a screen or anything. Go outside, expose your eyes without glasses or contact lenses to natural light. And your skin as well. It just your face. It doesn't have to be anywhere else. But just that initial exposure is going to help your circadian cycle. It's going to help reset everything. It's going to help your body produce melatonin at night, which is going to help you sleep. But it's also going to help you get glowing skin because it's priming you. It's giving these special rays of light. It's a special UV ray that primes your skin to be outside later in the day as well. So that's the first thing that I want you to do that's going to help you get glowing skin. The second thing I want you to do is to eat within 30 minutes of waking up. This is especially important for women. Now, I know intermittent fasting has got, very popular lately, but for women, we need to eat. We just need to. We need to eat within 30 minutes of waking up. And we need to make sure that our first meal is high in protein. So I want you to think about somewhere between 20 to 30 grams of protein. So as an example, 1 egg is 6 grams of protein. So you want to get between 20 and 30 grams of protein. You're aiming for at least 3 to 4 eggs, plus maybe some cheese or some smoked salmon, and then some veggies as well, or some toast. You want to have healthy carbs and healthy fats as well. So maybe some avocado in there too. And all of this is before you have your first coffee of the day. So having coffee later in the day is going to help your skin because it's not going to affect your cortisol levels. When we wake up, we want our cortisol to naturally start to rise. If you have coffee before you eat anything, it's going to spike really high. What we want is a natural rise in cortisol. So go outside first thing in the morning. Within 30 minutes of waking, you're going to eat something that's high in protein. And then you can have your coffee after that. So we're just going to delay your morning coffee a little bit. The third thing that I highly recommend is to exercise daily. So it doesn't have to be part of your 150 minutes of cardio, but it could be if you want it to. It doesn't have to be high intensity. It could literally be a walk. just something that gets your body moving, gets everything, moving from, if whether it's after breakfast you're doing it, so moving from the night before, or just in generally gets your body everything functioning well just by moving. So exercise daily. It could be yoga, it could be stretching, it could be foam rolling, something that could also, I guess, help with your stress levels. That's number 3. Number 4 is I want you pooing every day. So this is like a absolute minimum for glowing skin, is you want to make sure that you have a bowel movement every single day. You want it to be a good one. You want it to be passed effectively, easy, and you want it to make sure that it's happening at least once a day. So that's number 4. In order to poo daily, I say number 5 is to increase fiber in your diet. So making sure that you're getting, if you're a female, 28 grams of fiber a day. So trying as best as you can for high fiber foods, going for your berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries up there as one of the highest fiber foods, kiwi fruit, vegetables as well. So every cup of vegetable has fiber in it. So making sure that you're getting as much fiber as you can as alongside your protein, so that everything can function effectively, your hormones can detox properly, your gut is functioning, and you're having those daily bowel movements. Going back a little bit, I want you to make sure, as number 6, that you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. So getting up early in the morning, having a look at that first light, and also before sunset, going outside and having a look at the light at that time is also going to help your circadian cycle, and it's going to help you sleep more effectively. It primes your body. It tells your body that it's like heading towards nighttime. Again, there's certain UV rays that are available at that time of day that are going to be really effective for helping you get sleep. But yeah, aiming for those 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night so that your body can repair and help you get glowing skin. This is one I actually didn't touch on yet, but I'm putting it in here as my number 7, and that is to drink pure water. So making sure that your water is filtered and that you're getting at least 1.5 to 2 liters of water throughout the day. And this is just going to help with everything that we talked about, but making sure that you're hydrated is going to help your skin glow, because if you're not hydrated, your skin is going to be dull and dry. Hydrated skin is skin that looks plump and fresh and ready for your glow up. And then my last tip, number 8, is to try to reduce your stress. So we did talk about this a little bit, but just thinking about doing things, whether it's just some deep belly breathing, or just noticing when you're feeling stressed and trying to shift your thoughts around that so that you're not getting worked up, or you're not staying in that fight or flight state. So we have our sympathetic nervous system and our parasympathetic nervous system, and your sympathetic nervous system is the one that's being chased by a tiger. It's the one that keeps you in that fight or flight state, whereas your parasympathetic nervous system, it needs to be worked on actively. It needs us to focus on our breath. It needs us to talk to it and to say, you're safe. It's what helps us rest and digest. So we want good digestion. We want healthy, glowing skin, which is going to be a product of good digestion. And we want to make sure that we're supporting our parasympathetic nervous system and making sure that our stress is not going up too high, and that we're really able to support that. So reducing your stress as much as you possibly can. So yeah, they're my top 8 tips. I'm going to give you a brief summary again. So number 1, go outside when you wake up first thing in the morning to reset your circadian health. Number 2 is to eat within 30 minutes of waking, making sure that it's 20 to 30 grams of protein. Number 3, daily movement. So I've changed that from exercise. I just want you to move, making sure that your body's moving. It's really going to help support your skin. Poo every day. I want that bowel movement. I want it to be a good one. I want you going to the toilet. I want you making sure that you're relaxed when you're doing it. Number 5, increasing your fiber so that is working, and that you're detoxing and eliminating effectively. Number 6, you're going to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Number 7 is you're going to make sure that you're drinking plenty of pure filtered water so that you are well hydrated. And number 8, you're going to work on your stress levels. So I hope that I've shared something that is new for you tonight. I guess my goal as a naturopath is to educate, and I really part of a naturopathic consultation and part of being a naturopath is about educating clients and helping people to understand that they can heal themselves when given the right environment and the right education. So it's about learning what are the best ways to heal, and knowing that each tiny thing that you implement is going to get you one step closer to having glowing, healthy, beautiful skin from within.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dina. I know somebody just has to go. That's fine. Thank you, Manu. And
Okay.
yeah, we'll send out the recording again tomorrow. So if there's anything you missed, we can get that to you again. But thank you so much, Dina. Oh my goodness, like such wonderful information and all very digestible and quite easy to do as well. There's nothing too complicated in there. So that's what, we can definitely each of us take away a few of these, especially the top tips as well to incorporate into our day. We can probably do them all, hey, but we can definitely pick off at least 6 out of the 8 for sure.
Yes.
And I think that we're probably all going to be having chamomile tea bag baths tonight before we go to bed. I didn't even know that like you could put them in the bath, but yeah, interesting. I might try that
Yeah.
out for
Yeah,
sure.
they used to do it traditionally. It used to be a foot bath, so it was just like
Okay.
for feet. But that was just because like for access, for ease of a foot bath is so much easier than getting into a big bath. But
For
100%
sure.
like it's your skin absorbs it. So yeah.
Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you for that. And I think I can definitely agree with the getting the bloods check. I think everybody should get it done, whatever facet of your health that you need some support with. Because firsthand, I've seen like after getting my bloods done and being able to see your naturopaths like yourself be able to kind of paint this canvas and put all the dots together and kind of really understand what's going on at the root cause and kind of get into the underlying symptoms and why they're happening. So it's really fascinating process to kind of watch how
Yeah.
you work through that. So I'd highly recommend everybody getting their bloods done for sure, at least every 6 months to a year, as you mentioned. But I guess I would love to see if anybody has any questions at this point. We have also put the QR code there as well. So would love if you could just kind of scan the QR code. As I said, we run these fast masterclasses for our community, and having your input and topics that you want us to do our next masterclasses on would be so valuable, so that we can make sure that we do classes on those topics. So it just takes not even a minute to fill in. So please feel free to take a second to scan the QR code. But I'll maybe take stop the recording, and if anybody wants to hop on with any questions that they have for you, Gina, and yeah, feel free to unmute yourself or put the questions in the chat box either, and we can answer them. But I'll just stop the recording for now, and also I'll send out the recording tomorrow to everybody, as well as some information including Dina's profile, her body link, and how you can work with her as well for any concerns that you have, including your skin health. So thank you once more, Dina, for all your expertise and sharing your wisdom and knowledge with us today. It's been really, really insightful. So thank you.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course.